Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we have a new Dragon Ball story for the Dragon Ball Z section here. So we completed the Saiyan Saga, and this is the third and final part that's going to be here for the Namek Saga, right? They have the beginning of the Namek Saga, basically the Ginyu Force portion, and then now we are getting into the whole battle with Frieza. Funny, it's been about exactly a year. This Dragon Ball story, the Ginyu Force one, came out in April of 2023. I remember I was playing Resident Evil 7. So, alright, let's just go ahead and take a look. One thing I do want to point out real quick right here, take a look at this. So they actually updated the art there, and they used AGL LR Full Power Frieza's SSR instead. I think that's a good decision. I do think that art, of course, looks a little bit cleaner, which is pretty good right there. Now, remember, there is going to be a new support memory we're going to be able to get from this. People were really mad about it, but remember, any support memories could just be reutilized for, like, it's just an extra thing. I feel like it's like Patan Battle. Like, people just waste their time complaining about it. Like, it doesn't prevent anything from happening, right? That's not the case. So there's a lot of stages right here. There are a couple of movies. Remember the second form Frieza, this is where we grind him and get his orbs. There's the item, which is for the Namek Goku Dokkan event. And then, of course, here's the new support memory, which we're able to get through missions. And then it looks like Sworn Enemy. That's, let me double check, but I believe that's Sworn Enemy is giving us extra drop rates here in this event. Yep, Sworn Enemy, Eternal Nemesis, same thing. Okay, perfect. So there's just all, again, the same info. Now, I just wanted to quickly go over the missions here. I built a team which was going to be able to do this for every single stage. So stage 1, we need to use a Wicked Bloodline category character. Stage 2, we need a Hybrid Saiyan category character. Stage 3, we need a Namekian character and a Legendary Existence character on the team. Stage 4, we need a character with the Shocking Speed link. Stage 5, we need a Transformation Boost character. Stage 6, we need an Entrusted Will category character. Stage 7, we need a Kamehameha character. Category character. Stage 8, we need a Final Trump Card category character. Stage 9, we need a character that's on the Earthling category. Stage 10, we need a character that's on Legendary Existence. Stage 11, we need a Battle of Fate character. And then Stage 12, we need an Exploding Rage category character. So again, I did go ahead and build a team, which is going to have all of these categories and links and stuff like that for us. Of course, I'm just going to use the Namek Saga team. All right, well, I mean, I guess if the friend unit is just the Goku, you know what, I am going to just go ahead and do that then. Sure. So we're going to use double Namek Goku as our lead, whatever. Doesn't really bother me too much. One thing I do wish is that I wish that when we're going through stages in Dokkan, the friend unit, it would give you, if possible, it would give you whatever character you have as your lead. I think that would be really a nice addition. I think it would really help in particular with link leveling. Now, in this, so remember, this is like episode 70-ish, I think. I could actually probably look this up in a couple of seconds. But I believe, like, right around when Purunga is summoned, like, it's like around episode 70-ish, right? And then Frieza shows up in like 2 seconds. And then the battle goes on for like 30 episodes. Like, think about how crazy it would have been. Like, if Dragon Ball, like, I've seen this, like, tweeted a lot, right? Like, if Dragon Ball was going on right now, like, a lot of the leaks, like, if we got manga leaks where it's like, you know, imagine, like, Goku giving up versus Cell. How insane. Like, if it, like, in this day and time, stuff like that. Like, certain moments would just be so crazy, right? Like, Goku pulling out Super Saiyan 3, for example, people would be going, oh, it's an ass pull. Toriyama has, so many moments, right, would just not go over the same, like, nowadays. But this Namek Saga fight, here, hold on. All right, there we go, bam. So let's see. The episode is 75. Yeah. Episode 75 is where they summon Purunga. And then the Namek Saga ends. It's like on episode 105 or something like that is when the actual saga ends. So it just, yeah, episode 107 is the final episode. So it just goes on for so long. Like back then, like it was nearly a year of just like the fight, right? There is so much for Dokkan to take from this portion of the series, right? Number one, remember that anything pretty much can be reused. We've seen this physical Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 3 Goku. His Kamehameha was reused only a year later for the 8th anniversary characters. By the way, this would be a fire Dokkan Fest right here. I would be ecstatic. I don't know like what they would do. Piccolo and Nail, or like, you know, Nail that exchanges into Piccolo or something like that. That would be a super fire character. Especially because Orange Piccolo is still relevant. You know, he's even if you downplay him to the max, Orange Piccolo is top 20 overall in the game, right? Like with extreme downplay, you could probably get him down to like top 20 or something like that. So if they dropped a Namek Saga Dokkan Fest Piccolo, you know, he would probably be very good. The difference in talking about like, oh, like all these Piccolos showing up now versus, you know, several years ago when I might have had this discussion is that now at this point, you know, Power Awakening Piccolo and Orange Piccolo are a thing. So it's like they could easily give us, you know, a standalone Orange Piccolo, which will certainly happen at some point. We get one of those, and then all of a sudden it's like we've got several Piccolos who could link together, which is going to be really good. So I would love to see that. I think we could get a Dokkan Fest. I mean, we did just get a First Form Frieza Dokkan Fest, although it's not from Namek. I mean, they could give us a Frieza specifically from Namek who does all of his transformations, right? So I know we do have the one transforming Frieza who goes through all of his transformations, but we could get one more akin to AGL Cell. Think of how AGL Cell is structured. We could get a Frieza like that. Because Frieza transforming into second form Frieza, that animation is unused. Frieza transforming into third form Frieza, that is unused. And then Frieza transforming into final form Frieza, that is unused. Like, it's all unused. It's like, when you think about it, they could do so much with Frieza. And then, of course, don't even get me started on once Goku and Frieza begin battling. I mean, bro, they fight so much. There's so much. Like, the LR's used a lot in Namek Goku and the AGL LR Full Power Frieza. They used a lot, but it was only from a couple of episodes. There's, you know, 20 episodes of the fight that they did not use. They did use some really good parts with the Vegeta and Goku exchange character. Like that, the first episode where Goku and Frieza fight, a lot of those are on that Goku. But, like, I don't know, like, that character never really got a chance to see a lot of those animations. I've still only ever, I feel like, gotten that Goku out only a handful of times. So that's a character I would love their EZA to be really good. You know, moving forward, characters whose EZAs I would like to see be very explosive and very good are potentially characters who aged out really fast. So, I mean, in particular, the latter half of 2021... is a lot of characters I would really like to see be very good. You know, so like AGL Trunks, Gohan and Krillin, the Vegeta and Goku exchange character, who else? STR Kid Buu, right? I mean, I know it sounds crazy to mention STR Kid Buu, especially since he clutched up and dominated Beast Gohan in that one mission, but like, you know, STR Kid Buu's EZA, you know, that's on the horizon. I mean, any 2021 character is like within play. I mean, because we've gone as far as Super Vegeta, who is July of 2021, in terms of characters that have EZA'd, right? I think the first movie that plays in this event is Goku going Super Saiyan 2, I think. I think that plays, and I think the support memory plays. I'll be very curious to see once we get to, like, portions that are really like animation heavy, right? Like, when we do the Boo Saga one, like, are they gonna have like Ultimate Go? Dude, although that would be in like 4 years, right? By the time we get there, but like, would they have Ultimate Gohan? You know, his transformation animation, and then like, you know, the stage before is like the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks active skill. Like, would all that happen? I don't know. But yeah, so Frieza, we could basically get like, you know, 5-6 Dokkan Fests from Namek Frieza. I feel like one cool thing they could do, and they should look into doing this, would just be like, maybe Golden Week would be like, I don't think that this has, oh, excuse you. I don't think this has anything to do with Golden Week, right? Like, this Dragon Ball story showing up has nothing to do with nothing, basically. Because remember, last April was the last time we got a Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball story event, and it had nothing to do with nothing, right? It was no hints. Not everything that happens is a hint, right? They're just, you know, every couple of months, well, like every 2 months or something like that, they do a new Dragon Ball story. They're definitely not monthly. Let me take a look at it. What are the last couple? Because these are definitely not monthly, but a lot of the last few Dragon Ball stories they've done have been Dragon Ball Saga. I feel like they might be leading up to Global and JP having a shared celebration, and the Dragon Ball Saga Dragon Ball story would have the Kid Goku that's going to awaken, right? Okay, so the last Dragon Ball story was the Red Ribbon Army Part 1. That is the Muscle Tower portion, right? Actually, I might as well just flip over and show this in 2 seconds. All right, so here's where Vegeta fights Frieza, and he ends up crying. This would be a dude, the leaks on Vegeta crying because he realizes, oh, I'm dead. Like, I actually can't touch Frieza at all. The leaks for those, it would be iconic. By the way, Dende getting a bandit unit would be fire. Dende could be so good. Like some sort of insane support type healing character. Oh my god. I could see in a year and a half just being like, Dende is a must run. You absolutely, no matter what, must have Dende on your team, right? All right, let's take a look at this. So these are the last couple. I'm glad I record everything because for moments like this, it's very easy. So this was last month. This is March. This was, you know, December/January when the Dragon Fist celebration happened. This came out with 17 and 18 in October. Then this was like July and June, sometime in there. I think it was July. And then this was obviously June, and this was last Golden Week. So we certainly don't get them every single month. This time we did get kind of a fast turnaround though, right? Like we don't usually get kind of like these fast, you know, like this is the third Dragon Ball story we've essentially had just, you know, in this year already. So we'll see if they keep moving super fast. But anyway, the Golden Week, I was going to say, I would love if Golden Week this year, which is going to come in 2 weeks. Yeah, about exactly 2 weeks from maybe today. I think like the 25th for the Golden Week Dual Dokkan Fest is very on the table to me. And I could easily see that being a Final Form Frieza. Final Form Frieza, like this one right here, does not have a Dokkan Fest. Now, I agree that, like, at this point, like, yeah, let's just get our Final Form Frieza Dokkan Fest in. But I have seen people, like, kind of, like, ranting about it, and it's like, okay, like, I know that Full Power Frieza in, like, all Dragon Ball media is, like, differentiated as a different form and stuff like that. But it is basically just Final Form Frieza bulky, right? Like, it's close. It's close enough. But I would love Final Form Frieza Dokkan Fest, and then I think a Kaioken Goku being the other Dokkan Fest. Because at this point, the Saiyan Saga LR Kaioken Goku, that boy is dead. You're done. Is there a good base Goku right now? There's not, right? Because eventually we got to get a Saiyan Saga Dokkan Fest too, by the way. Eventually. And I don't know what they would do. I mean, I guess... I still think, you know what they could do for a Saiyan Saga Goku Dokkan Fest? Is they could make it just Angel Goku, I think, could be the Dokkan Fest. And then, like, he, you know, maybe his, well, I don't know, maybe his intro, I was going to say, could be him being revived or something like that. Or, I don't know, something. Because Angel Goku. Let's look at. Oh yeah, yeah. Again, Angel Goku as a Dokkan Fest would be good because there's not exactly a ton of Angel Goku. And then base Goku, he sucks. I mean, this guy was good, but I mean, he's power crept. He could still be useful, but I mean, he's mostly power crept. This could be a good EZA whenever the Saiyan Saga celebration does happen. But yeah, base Goku is not exactly super crazy. This guy was, I mean, he's still good. This guy is still good as well. We had our string of a lot of base form Gokus, but my whole point is, we could save a base form Goku for the whatchamacallit, like a Saiyan Saga thing later down the line, and I think like a Kaioken Goku on Namek would be good. Like the Kaioken times 20 animation, they haven't used that. Like if you actually watch, like, you know, all the Frieza fight stuff, the amount of unused things, like, is so much. Like it's actually just so much that they could still go back and do. So I'm hoping to see a lot of Namek Saga stuff move forward. And I mean, we can even go backwards. We did get a Dodoria character, basically our first Dodoria TUR, but just like the first form Frieza Dokkan Fest TUR we just got, the thing about Dodoria and that Frieza is that they're from the Bardock special. They're not even from the Namek Saga. I would be okay with like a... I mean, Zarbon getting a Dokkan Fest, yeah. Like, no doubt about it. Because, I mean, he has a transformation. I mean, he probably will be a band unit, but, like, Zarbon being a Dokkan Fest could happen. Dodoria is a little bit less likely, but, I mean, if we got a Dodoria Dokkan Fest, would I be mad? No, as long as they made him good. But Dodoria, I mean, we are now talking about characters. I still think Videl, of every Dokkan Fest we've ever gotten, Videl is at the bottom of, like, the whatever list we want to make. Most deserving, or you know, least deserving, or least hype, anything like that. I would probably argue Videl under any single character we have. I mean, we did recently get Topo. Maybe people will talk about Topo, but, like, I mean, Topo got a destruction mode. Like, Videl was, I mean, I would almost say barely a fighter in the series. I mean, she's a fighter, but she's not like a, I don't know what we want to call it, like really like a, you know, like a flying around Ki Blast warrior, right? Like Spopovich, I mean, Spopovich is not exactly like a, I don't know, like a monster or anything like that, because he was basically just like a human that was kind of pushed past his limits by Babidi or whatever like that, which leads into whole Majin Vegeta and shit like that, and so blah, 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 blah. But, like, Videl's not really on the level where she's able to deal with, like, you know, warriors who are flying around doing Ki Blast. What is this from? This Goku art. I don't recognize this, actually. Am I... Huh. I don't recognize that Goku right there. That could potentially end up being something. Yeah, what is that? Huh. But that could be the Dokkan Fest I was talking about. So yeah, so Videl is like right down there at the bottom. I mean, you could put Videl down there. I mean, I would give you Pikkon, except I'll repeat myself forever that they sold that character as a Gogeta card. Like, they showed it at Jump Festa. They showed the Gogeta. Like, the first shots they show at Jump Festa is Gogeta. Like, you know, it is technically Pikkon Dokkan Fest, but that wasn't Pikkon by himself. It was Pikkon and Gogeta, basically, is how they sold that. So, Videl is kind of, like, at the lowest. I would probably put Dodoria under Videl, I think. That the whole point of the long ramble I just did was I would put Dodoria below Videl. And I think Dodoria... Because, like, what, yeah, so Topo got a destruction mode, like, bro, like, he's fighting Evolution Blue Vegeta at the end of Eternal Power, like, stop. Of course, he deserves a Dokkan Fest, that's without question. Topo, it would have been a way bigger deal if it was a little bit closer to when Topo first came out. Like, I mean, back then, that was so hype. Like, whoa, like, it was crazy. Like, the leaks and stuff like that. Like, Topo has a transformation, like, it was crazy. But, I mean, obviously now we're, you know, 6 years past that. It's a little bit different. Because that was what? That was like January of 2018? Like when Topo and all that stuff happened? Something like that. It was something like that. Who else is at the bottom? Raditz, Captain Ginyu. I mean, but those are characters that, I mean, clearly we need Dokkan Fest for those guys. Pan, I would put Pan above, obviously above Videl. And because, Pan is like a real fighter. Like, you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't exactly consider, like, some of the early Dragon Ball characters, like Dragon Ball Z type fighters, right? Like, Videl would knock the stuffing out of a lot of the characters that were in the, like, original Dragon Ball tournaments, like Namu and shit like that. Like, Videl and Mr. Satan are probably toasting them, right? Like, the point of Mr. Satan is that, like, he was above the level of all those, like, regular fighters that were filling up the original Dragon Ball Saga tournaments. But it's like, once you get to, the Ki Blast, like, Z fighters, that's where, like, Mr. Satan and them are just not, like, they're not on that level, obviously. So here's, Goku and Frieza. Again, there's a lot of stuff that's used here. Do they use Piccolo's kick? Yeah, does Tech Piccolo use that? The banner unit that came with Namek Goku? I'd have to double check. Cause there's that kick where Piccolo kind of gets ki from Krillin and Gohan, and then he, like, kicks Final Form Frieza and is able to actually damage him. I can't remember. Damn, I actually want to double check that. I feel like that might have been in some animation somewhere, but it only would have been that Tech Piccolo, right? I haven't seen that Tech Piccolo's animation in quite a while, because, I mean, even the day that guy came out, he was horrible. That Tech Piccolo. Let me see. What is his animation? I know he does the little, like, rapid-fire blasts. So he flies in. He does do the kick. Yeah, he does. That Tech Piccolo does do the kick. Okay. But I feel like they could, like, animate it better. Remember that most animations and stuff like that can just flat out be reused and will be reused. All right, so there's Frieza getting wiped away. And I think the next stage is going to be Super Saiyan time, and we're going to see the Super Saiyan transformation by Goku, which is going to be fire. But yeah, so getting back to it, Zarbon, Dokkan Fest, definitely. I would love to see a standalone Ginyu in Goku's body. Maybe as a Dokkan Fest or something. I think that would be really awesome. Because the only standalone Ginyu in Goku's body card that we have at the moment is just the Incredible Gem character we can get from the Baba Shop. That's it. That's all we have. And he's just an SR. So I'd love, like, a Dokkan Fest to that. They could give us a Dokkan Fest to that. And they could give us a Dragon Ball Super Dokkan Fest of when Ginyu is in Tagoma's body. That's the other thing they could do. Alright, so I assume this is where we're going to get the Goku transformation. That is a pretty iconic shot of Frieza. Pretty crazy they just use that as SSR art. Like, a lot of the iconic Frieza, like, the iconic Frieza pose was, like, like the 5th SSR in the game or something like that. Alright, let's see. Alright, bye, Krillin. See you later. Frieza turns him into a firecracker real quick. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go. Show me this. This animation isn't voiced, though. I remember, dude, I think the video I uploaded of his animations that is still, like, the best animations in Dokkan. His animations looked so crazy. There are times, I remember me and Garesh talking, like, holy hell, Dokkan is really going at Legends at the time. Because it's like, Legends' first anniversary was happening, and Dokkan is like, alright, we'll do Namek Goku. Like, the original iconic Super Saiyan transformation. And that was, the first time, ooh, that does look good right there. That was, like, the first time they were just getting into the really good animations. There was only a few Dokkan Fests at the time that had super good animations. Remember, like, transforming Vegeta, he was a early 2019 character, didn't really have the craziest animations. I mean, Kale and Khalifa's, theirs are solid. Who were the Dokkan Fests back then? So this was 2019. Oh, no, my brain. I'm supposed to be a Dokkan encyclopedia. Now I'm forgetting my Dokkan Fest. Kid Goku's animations did look very good. Obviously, there was the LR Super Saiyan 4s. Their animations were not that crazy in hindsight. I think even at the time, their animations weren't really super crazy. Saiyan Day was, of course, Vegeta. Oh, that's a good shot. That's from one of the support memories. So is that Frieza. That's where he shoots the Ki Blast and Goku blocks it. They could have played that animation as well right there. Because there's so many support memories and good animations for these characters. I do kind of wish that they would play... Like, playing those movies for these Dragon Ball story events... I feel like I'm probably one of the only people that cares about this, but I feel like it's just such a cool, nice touch, right? To have, like, these little movies playing in between these things. I wish it was something that was done a little bit more often. But, you know, it is what it is. I wish that they would go back and maybe even add stages to these events. That would be cool. Or add movies to these events. Like, some of them, you know, it's like, you know, they did... Okay, so, like, they did that beginning of Namek Saga stuff. So maybe, like, Zarbon gets a... Like, we get a Dokkan Fest Zarbon that does transform, and the animation looks really good. Like, they could redo that. Like, they could add that movie, that transformation animation. They could go ahead and add that into, like, the Dragon Ball story later on. I'd love to see them do that. I mean, they have updated assets. They update assets across the game all the time. That's one of the main... Well, that is one reason I like recording these. But I'll go back to... The number one reason I will record every event, including all story events and, you know, all stages and stuff like that, is back when I was a global-only player, I wish there was people that did that. Although, to be fair, with the global and JP sync, that reasoning is kind of gone, right? Like, it's like now, it's... I don't know. I'm definitely gonna keep doing it. But I guess it's because I'm stuck in my ways. I'm a fossil at this point. I've always done it this way. I gotta keep doing it, right? I'm a boomer, man. We can't be switching it up. Yeah, that still does look really good. Best part about, like, the era of EZA characters we've fully moved into now, where, like, I mean, Broly's animations look really good. Who hasn't EZA'd yet? Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, though, a lot of their animations I'm not the craziest on. I mean, I guess certainly, like, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's transformation animation does look very good, right? But we're like fully in an era of all the EZA characters are characters that have these really good animations, right? Not really the 2016 Kamehameha animations and stuff like that. The characters that still have that would be the Super EZA characters, which are certainly coming. I hope we do get a Super EZA with the Part 2 LR, by the way. That would be very exciting if every celebration we knew, okay, we're going to get our major EZA, so either an LR or a Dokkan Fest EZA. And then we're also now going to be getting our Super EZAs. Because, I mean, there's so many characters to do it for. But, you know, it's going to be a bummer if they're not doing that. Because that just creates more content. Characters EZAing is content. Because, you know, okay, so like in Gotenks or STR Kefla, all of a sudden these characters are like mega top tier. And it's like you're just never going to use them. And see, like, oh my god, like how good are they now? This is a character I pulled 4 years ago. Right? So, like, EZAs are always going to be content in that fashion. I mean, unless you just really do not enjoy the game that much or something like that. I feel like what people would want to see, like, okay, how good is this new character? I feel like, I don't know, maybe that doesn't happen, but that's why I have always battled about that, right? That, whoa, excuse you, Mr. Court. 2 court appearances in this video? What is going on here? I've always battled that EZAs certainly are content. Not really as much... I mean, it is content going through the stages as well, yeah. But mostly it's, you know, having this, you know, character that came out a million years ago be like a real, usable, runnable, strong option on a lot of these teams. Alright, so here's the final stage we're going through. Again, this is a longer event with 12 stages. And after this, we should have all the missions done. I did make sure to build a team, which did include... Oh, hey, there's that Goku, yeah. Okay. I did make sure to build a team which had all missions done. So we're going to be able to get that support memory. And then I'll do the typical video on the support memory as well. I mean, it is a really nice looking animation. I'm not really super sure how they could incorporate that into a character. I don't know. That's why, like, I don't have an issue with it being a support memory at all. Although, again, anything could just simply be reused. So yeah, let's, I'm pretty sure the support memory is the second movie in this, right? Which should play after this? I think so. Okay, so Frieza gets chopped in half by his own attack because he's an idiot. Yeah, there it is right there. One, I think, legitimate criticism of support memories is they don't have the voice acting. Having the voice acting, I think, would be really pretty big for a lot of these scenes that are in, like, support memories and stuff like that. That's one thing we certainly could get. I wonder if they choose not to use some of these actives, like some of these animations, because it would involve having, like, the sprite in there, right? Like, they don't have his, you know, finisher, because, you know, kind of like the blast would, I guess, show, like, the little sprite Frieza in there or whatever. Maybe that could be why. Alright, so Planet Namek gets destroyed, but then, oh, no worries. Oh, this event doesn't get into all that. Okay. So I guess that's the first stage of the Android Saga event has that. We'll see when they add that. Last time it took a year for them to go to the next Dragon Ball story stage. So we'll see when the next time they're going to get back to this is. We still have so many, because the Android/Cell Saga is kind of like 3 events as well, right? Because you go through the Android Saga, beginning of the Cell Saga, then the Cell games. Then the Boo event is 1, 2, 3 as well. Yeah, the Boo Saga's 3. So we still have 6 story arcs, story events to get through to cover all of Dragon Ball Z. And, I mean, I should remind you guys, too, they still have never done a Dragon Ball Super one yet. We don't have a single Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball story. Eventually, they got to get into that. They're definitely gonna. We still have a lot of movies to go. We still have a lot of Dragon Ball arcs to go. We still have a lot of Dragon Ball GT arcs to go, too. So, it's going to be years and years and years and years until they're done with that. Alright, so let's just go ahead and grab all of the missions here. I'm actually pretty excited. I mean, this is going to go up right around when I can finally do this. But tomorrow, I will have all missions in Dokkan done. I've done it before, but remember that they added this right here, right? We've had to do it, like, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have it. I'll have done my 1,000 runs in here. 1,000 runs. That's so crazy. And now I got to do a Super Battle stage as well. So there we go. There's everything. We got the support memory completed as well. Wabam. There we go. All right. So I'll come back and we will do a video on the new support memory right there. Pretty good. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.